only. Students, please feel stand. Good afternoon. I'm Haiyan Huang, the chair of the department. Welcome to the commencement ceremony for the Department of Statistics at the University of California, Berkeley. Before I invite our graduates to be seated, I would like to continue a long-standing tradition here in the Department of Statistics and ask our graduates to express their gratitude to those in the audience who are here today. So this celebration acknowledges not only the achievements of our students, but also the support of the friends and the family who have helped them reach this milestone. So let's begin with a round of applause for all the loved ones here in Berkeley and around the world. So thank you for the love and the encouragement from the family, friends throughout this journey. So of course, graduates, today is your day to be celebrated, and I offer my heartfelt congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you, and please take your seats. Before we start our ceremony, I'd like to remind everyone that we respect both the differences and the commonalities that bring us together here at UC Berkeley, and call for civility and respect in our interactions. Additionally, any thoughts or opinions shared today by any speakers are their own and do not represent the views of the department or the university. Today is a day to celebrate and reflect on the incredible achievements of the class of 2024. While we are always proud of our graduates, the class of 2024 deserves special recognition for the way they have overcome challenges both inside and outside the classroom. For many of the students here today, their first few years at Berkeley have been marked by difficulties and uncertainties due to the pandemic. So you have endured remote learning and faced numerous challenges from a global public health crisis. Yet, with grace and determination, you have surmounted these obstacles and adapted to the circumstances. Congratulations. As graduates from the statistics department, you are poised to be at the very front of creating a more just and secure world. Your expertise in statistics and data science is vital across numerous fields, including technology, medicine, finances, material science, criminal justice, politics, and even professional athletics. So use your skills to learn from data, promote ethical data uses, and shape a better future. We are counting on you to make a significant impact and drive positive change in the world. Recent times have been particularly exciting for the Department of Statistics. So as you may already know, the Regents of the University of California voted last May to establish the new College of Computing, Data Science, and Society, with our department as one of its flagship entities. We have positioned ourselves at the very front of data science and continue to lead in many crucial research areas, including artificial intelligence, machine learning, causal inference, high-dimensional data analysis, non-parametric inference, probability theory, statistical computing, and applications in the social science, biology, physical science, and many other scientific fields. We are continually strengthening our faculty team in these areas. Our commitment to using this advancement for the public good remains unwavering. In the past year, we have also taken significant steps to strengthen our department and industry connections. So we formed an alumni advisory board to provide students with insights into life after Berkeley and to advise the department on better serving our community. Additionally, we revitalized our industry relations and held the Berkeley Statistics Annual Research Symposium to showcase our exciting research to the community and our potential industry partners. Our department will continue its tradition of groundbreaking research and providing a stellar student experience. Once again, congratulations to the class of 2024. Now, it's my great pleasure to introduce our commencement speaker, Professor Kate Crawford. Professor Kate Crawford is an internationally leading scholar of artificial intelligence and its impacts. She's a research professor at the University of Southern California in Los Angeles, a senior principal researcher at Microsoft Research in New York, and was the inaugural visiting chair in AI and Justice at the ENS in Paris. Her research has appeared in venues such as Nature, Science, Technology, and Human Values, and she has advised policymakers in the United Nations, the White House, and the European Parliament. Her book, Atlas of AI, Power, Politics, and the Planetary Costs of Artificial Intelligence, has won multiple awards, including the Sally Hacker Prize, has been translated into more than 10 languages, and was named one of the books of the year by both New Scientist and the Financial Times. Kate is a joint winner of the Eaton Prize from the British Society for the History of Science. In addition to her academic research, Kate produces art installations and visual investigations, which have been presented in more than 100 museums around the world. Her project, Anatomy of an AI System with Vladan Joler, is currently exhibited at the MoMA in New York, and is in the museum's permanent collection, as well as the permanent collections of the V&A in London, the Ars Electronica Center, and the Design Museum in London. It was also given the Design of the Year award. Their new product, Calculating Amperes, a genealogy of power and technology, premiered at Fondazione Prada in Milan, and was next exhibited at the KW Institute in Berlin in 2024. Kate also leads the Knowing Machines Project, a transatlantic research collaboration of scientists, artists, and legal scholars that investigates training data. She was named on the Time 100 list in 2023 as one of the most influential people in AI. Welcome, Professor Kate Crawford.
Thank you so much for that generous introduction, Chair Huang, and welcome, esteemed faculty, proud parents, and most importantly, the brilliant graduates of UC Berkeley Statistics. Congratulations. You did it. You're here. Can I just say it is such an honor to be here and to share in this moment. I know how much you've all gone through to stand on this stage. After all, the class of 2024 endured a pandemic, an attempted insurrection, social distancing, endless Zooms, and of course, the great toilet paper shortage of 2020. So, I hope after all of that, You can pause and really arrive at this moment of celebration, revel in it, and remember how much work these people, your family and friends, have done to make this moment happen. And let's take a moment to thank them too. Now, I want us all to hold on to that moment of warmth and accomplishment while I tell you one daunting truth. You're facing an important choice. The world is about to invite you, with all of your exceptional, well-honed talents, into a situation room. Inside that room are the biggest challenges that we face on this planet. And I'm here to encourage you to accept that invitation. It's an adventure that will transform your life. Now, we need no reminders that this is a complex and turbulent time. We feel the grief that people are experiencing both here and off campus. As citizens of the world, we must recognize the weight of the current global conflicts in Gaza and Ukraine and the ongoing horrors of displacement, violence, and war. We stand here at Berkeley, after all, the historic crucible of dissent, a place where students founded the free speech movement in the 1960s, and the fight for peace and human rights continues. Across the country, universities are sites of struggle, with students and administrators at loggerheads. And if we look beyond that horizon, we see a world facing deepening political divisions, rolling climate crises, and exponential technological change. It would be easy to be discouraged, to feel powerless, to fall silent. But in fact, if we look closely, the opposite is happening. You have been the ones who have most courageously been speaking out, marching together for accountability, for change, and sharing the truth of injustice past and present. It has been your generation that is pushing for change, and ours that can learn from you. So, I thought hard about what to share with you today, and I decided to follow your lead. So I'll speak honestly about the challenges and opportunities for greater justice in my field, artificial intelligence. And in particular, I want to show you why your voices are essential for this next phase in history, because despite the darkness around us, you are now primed with exactly the right skills to shed light. So I want to use my minutes here today to reflect on how to find and trust your path in fractured times, to pursue the alchemy of your curiosity, and to trust your values, even when it might mean going against the status quo of powerful institutions, or the inertia of this is just how things are done. And I'm particularly speaking to any of you here today who, might feel a little bit uncertain about what happens next, that, despite all of the popping champagne and hats in the air, that you could also be a bit daunted about what's happening in the world. I'm right there with you. But look around. Your strength is in this room. This is the community who will be standing with you, your friends and your family, as you make your way in this volatile world. And we're going to need you. So today I'm going to offer you 3 provocations for the future that you get to lead. Each provocation comes from a thinker or an activist, often both, who's influenced me, and I'm going to give you some real talk today, because the times demand it. And that means discussing what is hard, but also what is hopeful and rich with possibility. My first provocation is stay with the trouble. These are the words from the visionary scholar in science and technology studies, Donna Haraway, from the title of her 2016 book, in which she encourages us to stay engaged with the messy, complicated, and often uncomfortable realities of the world, but work towards more sustainable and just ways of living together. But I'd like to suggest that there's going to be a lot more moments than you might predict when you're going to have to decide whether you stay with the trouble or not. On an average afternoon, in an unremarkable week, amidst the predictable relentlessness of working in your job, when you're writing emails and making dozens of unglamorous decisions, more or less on autopilot, this is actually the moment where you're going to be asked to make a choice. Let me give you an example. Earlier in my career, when I was a visiting professor at MIT, I met a well-known tech entrepreneur who was promoting his new AI emotion recognition tool, which he had sold to several Fortune 500 companies. The system would scan people's faces as they work, track their words, listen to their vocal tone, and then use all of that data to predict their internal emotional state and give them a productivity score, which would then go to their employers, and they could use that to decide who to promote and who to fire. Well, I know from my interdisciplinary training as a social scientist that this was a concern for several reasons. First, there are many studies in psychology that show there's no reliable correlation between the expressions on our face and what we're really feeling inside. But of course, any of us on Instagram can tell you that. Then, of course, there are AI research papers that show that facial recognition systems routinely rank black faces as being more angry than white faces. And of course, disability studies scholars have shown that these emotion surveillance systems discriminate against people with autism or any disability that marks them as atypical. Then there's the underlying problem of whether worker surveillance is actually a good idea at all. The experience of being constantly monitored, assessed, and ranked in ways you can't see by systems you didn't consent to and that you don't even know if they have your best interests at heart. It might save managers from the messy business of managing, but is that a world that we actually want to live in? What are the costs to our privacy and our sense of purpose, how we value what we do and the work of others? So honestly, I didn't know quite what to do, but it was clear that there were very big scientific and political issues here. So I delicately shared my concerns with the tech entrepreneur, and he told me not to worry my pretty little head about it. Yeah, you will get this reaction a lot if you're a woman in the technology field. Then he said that the more data he had about people, the more accurate and neutral his system would be. Well, I don't need to tell a room full of statistics graduates why that's not the case. And while he wasn't open to listening, it was still a galvanizing moment when I could see the trouble and I knew that others could too. So over the next few years, I collaborated with a range of brilliant colleagues to write papers, inform regulators, write op-eds, and host events about the risks of this kind of approach. I'd love to say that somehow this made everything better, and it's all done, and emotion recognition no longer happens. But I can't. What I can say is that we did the work. We informed the public, and slowly the conversation began to shift, that this technology was no longer seen as inevitable. It was more questioned, regulated, and in some cases, banned. That's now the case in the EU, for example, where real-time biometric regulation like this is actually protecting workplaces and schools. There's still a long way to go, and there are biased systems being released all the time. But it reminds me that there are these moments where our research can make a difference, and we have a choice to stay with the trouble. But to be clear, these decisions are hard, and this is why Haraway is saying something so challenging. It's actually the opposite of a platitude, because she's asking us to stay alive and attuned to the effects of our choices, because then you'll see the opportunities to work on deeper problems rather than just tuning it all out. My second provocation is a classic. The map is not the territory, a phrase you'll probably know from the Polish scientist and philosopher Alfred Kobyski. He's saying we shouldn't confuse our models for reality. As people who deal with data, it's easy to get comfortable in the realms of regressions, probability distributions, and structured data sets. These can feel like our safe spaces and even certainty. This is particularly true in the AI field, where data is the coin of the realm. The risk is that we begin to believe that everything is data and that data represents everything, that the immaterial world of algorithms and the cloud is the world of AI, and we never see what AI is actually made of as a planetary scale infrastructure. So to escape that, we have to leave the comfort of R, Python, and MATLAB to go to the world outside of our screens. In my case, for my research on AI's environmental impacts, that meant leaving the lab and actually traveling to the birthplaces of AI, from mines to data centers. We know, for example, that every query on GPT-4 uses 10 times more energy than a traditional search. And we also know that generative AI right now is using as much energy as entire nation states. And it's not just energy. Those data centers require vast amounts of water to cool those GPUs. One study estimated that a typical exchange you might have with GPT is the equivalent of taking a half-liter bottle of water and pouring it on the ground. So these aren't the things that we normally think of when we're interacting with GPT, let alone training a model. But AI's energy and water footprint is growing exponentially because these kinds of environmental consequences are treated as externalities. And the fact that many AI tools are free contributes to this idea that they are costless. So the AI industry is writing checks that the future will have to cash. And to be clear, that's your future. I'll give you another example. AI systems use a lot of minerals like lithium. You might not think much about lithium on an average day, but this silvery gray metal is all around us, undergirding the internet and every device in your life. Your smartphone, for example, has about 7 grams of this material. But a Tesla Model S car needs about 68 kilograms for its battery pack. And we know that this mineral is in short supply. Recent studies have shown that if we don't start using best recycling practices, lithium reserves could last until 2100. But without best practices, well, those reserves could be depleted by 2040. So, a few months ago, I left my screen and traveled to the richest site of lithium in the world in Chile, in the high plains of the Atacama Desert. I went with scientists and policymakers to see how the country is handling this massive pressure from the tech sector. We met President Boric, who recently decided to nationalize the profits from lithium mines so the benefits would come back to the people. But when we visited the salt flats, the conversations were much more local and nuanced. The indigenous people who lived on these lands did not see nationalization as a panacea, because of course it would affect their lithium claims too. So it was a particularly hot day and I was sick and suffering from heat exhaustion and I was sitting in the shade. And I ended up in this amazing conversation with a local Atacama woman who was very worried, but not about losing money or access. She said, "Without us, who will look out for the generations to come for thousands of years when all the lithium has been stripped from the earth?" And that really struck me. Because from the perspective of deep time, we are extracting minerals that took billions of years to form in the Earth's crust for a split second of technological convenience. How can we cultivate ethical responsibility now, but also beyond our time for the centuries after we're gone? So for me, these conversations bring insights that are impossible to quantify. They go beyond the data. They move from the map to the territory. And they changed me. They changed my thinking. They changed my sense of time and responsibility. What are the acceptable limits of new tech, and where should we draw a line? Well, this can seem like a hard question, but it's also a summons to action. Environmental impacts result from a set of technical choices made by people in rooms, working within incentive structures, and all of that can change. But it depends on people like you, with your skills, people who know how to work with data but also know its limits, who are already asking about the social and environmental impacts of what we build. And that is how we work towards greater justice, not for our generation, but also for the ones who come. My final provocation comes from Bruno Latour, the founder of Science and Technology Studies, who said this: "It's impossible to think of science, technology, and society as if they are separate realms of human activity. They are indivisible." And now you are graduating from the College of Computing, Data Science, and Society, which means that even on your transcripts, these domains will be permanently intertwined. But to be honest, there will always be people who tell you just to focus on the mathematical or the technical side and to leave the ethical questions out of it. And it's not easy to maintain a focus on the present and future impacts on people and the planet, when the conversations are dominated by transformer models and hyperparameters. But I'll admit, there are days also when I'm deeply worried about the tech world's focus on the AI arms race at all costs. So on those days, I go on long hikes, I catch up with friends, and I eat ice cream with my kid. And I remind myself that this is what we're fighting for, why this work is needed, why it's so fulfilling, and why it needs you. So, class of 2024, your time in the Great Situation Room starts now. As graduates from one of the finest schools in the country, how will you bring not just your expertise, but also your humanity, your courage, and your compassion? I hope you can stay with the trouble, see the world beyond the data, and find yourself some brave and brilliant friends and collaborators for your journey. I could not be more excited to see what contributions you'll be making. Congratulations, class of 2024.
Thank you, Professor Kate Crawford, for this highly motivating and inspiring speech. So now I'd like to invite Andrew Bray, Chair of the Teaching Committee, to announce the first set of awards for outstanding graduate student instructors.
These awards give campus-wide recognition to excellence in teaching by graduate student instructors. The award is based on overall effectiveness as an instructor, as evidenced by student evaluations and by faculty recommendations. We have several recipients with us here this afternoon, and we invite them to come to the stage to receive their award. This year's recipients are Matthew Dworkin, Next, we have Carissa Huang. Shuni Lee. And Lee Kong Lin. We would also like to recognize the recipients of the Outstanding GSI Award who could not be here today, Hyun Suk Kim and Chung Jong Ye. And our next awards will be announced by Peng Ding, Chair of the PhD Committee.
Department Citation in Probability. This department citation is given in recognition of an outstanding PhD dissertation in probability. Adam Quinn Jaffe is honored with this award for his extensive and varied research on probability theory in non-Euclidean spaces, such as Wasserstein spaces of probability measures, or the Buris-Wasserstein spaces of positive definite matrices. Much of his work has applications in statistics and employs novel ideas from the field of optimization. Eric L. Lehman Citation. Established in 1999, the Eric L. Lehman Prize is awarded for an outstanding PhD dissertation in theoretical statistics, interpreted broadly. Nikhil Ghosh is honored with this award for his outstanding contributions to the theoretical foundations of deep learning, as well as his pioneer works on the scaling and efficiency of AI systems. Congratulations to our PhD award recipients. Now we will begin the holding and presentation of scrolls for students earning a Doctor of Philosophy. These are the candidates for the PhD in statistics. They will be held by their advisors, and each graduate may say a few words if they choose. The first candidate is Taeju An. His thesis title is Near Optimal Multiple Testing Procedure in Bayesian Linear Models, advised by Professor Song Mei.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting to be the first, so yeah, I'm incredibly thankful to so many people, but yeah, I'll have to limit my thanks to a few of them. Of course, first on, thank you, Song Mei, for being the best advisor. All the guidance, support, and patience you showed me is invaluable. And next is to all the department staff, but especially Lashana. I'm pretty certain that my PhD would not have been possible without you. And yeah, all my fellow PhD and cohorts, and especially, I don't know where he is, but Dan Soriano, who flew all the way from East Coast to graduate last year to celebrate us. We all thank you. Yeah, and last is, of course, my family who flew from Korea here, and mom, dad, and also my sister who couldn't make it here, and my aunt and cousin. I love you all, and thank you. Yeah.
Nikhil Ghosh. His thesis title is Theoretical Foundations of Deep Learning, Optimization, Generalization, and Scaling, advised by Professors Bing Yu and Song Mei.
Yeah, so it's hard to believe that the PhD journey is over, but it's definitely been a journey that wouldn't have been possible to complete without the help and support of many, many people. So first and foremost, I want to thank my PhD advisors, Song Mei and Bin Yu, for teaching me so much about research and about life. I want to also thank my friends and family for their constant support and for making the hard times so much easier to bear and the good times so much more rewarding. And I especially want to thank those who are in the audience today and have come out to support me. It really means a lot. And I would also like to thank my collaborators and fellow statistics PhD students for making the research and PhD process so much more fun. And lastly, I want to thank the stats department staff for being so friendly and making the PhD process so smooth. Thanks.
Amanda Glazer. From bikers to banters, steering statistics through real-world problems, advised by Professor Philip Stark and Professor Grace O'Connell.
Thank you. Been in school a long time. It feels good to be done. So many people to thank. Thank you, Philip. You've been an amazing advisor, and this has truly been a great experience because of him. Thank you to Grace and the rest of my committee, Sam and Avi. And of course, thank you to my family, my parents who've supported me for many years throughout this journey, my partner, Nate, my sister, Bibi, Aunt Tara, Uncle Jeff, Yasmin, Rami, Steph, everyone here today. Thank you all. I'm so appreciative and so happy. This feels really good, so thank you.
Ayla Heismeyer. The spectral age of sparse random graphs and mean field interacting branching processes. Advised by Professors Steve Evans and Shashendu Ganguly.
The time at Berkeley has been both beautiful and difficult, so I want to thank everybody who shared the beautiful moments with me and those who helped me through the difficult times. So first I want to thank my advisors for everything they taught me, my advisor Steven Chishendu for everything they taught me. All the other grad students in the statistics department, I think we have a really great community of mutual help and having fun together. All my friends and family outside of the department who, and also thank you for the other people in the department, especially the staff, and for making the department so welcoming.
Adam Quinn Jaffe. Geometry analysis and optimization in probability theory, advised by Professor Steve Evans.
So I spent a long time writing very nice thank yous in the acknowledgments of my thesis, so I'm not going to bother to try to recreate that here, but I'll send it to everyone who I want to thank. I guess for now I just want to say that being at Berkeley for 5 years has been so special to me, and this is just one of the best periods of my life, and so many people in the audience and on stage were a huge part of that, and I'm so thankful for that.
Shuni Li. Statistical and computational methods for applications in material science and biology, advised by Professor Haiyan Huang.
so first of all, I'd like to thank my advisor, Hai Yan. Thank you so much for all the guidance and support. I couldn't have reached this milestone without you, so thank you so much. I'd also like to thank my committee members, Peter, Elizabeth, and also Tian Xu from the chemistry department. I'd like to thank all the staff members in the department, especially Lashana and David. Thank you so much for all the work. I'd also like to thank my parents who couldn't be here today. I'd like to thank William for always being there for me. I'd like to thank my 2 cats. Thank you so much for all the purrs and the cuddles during those long nights of research. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
Next one is Benjamin Yanji Lu. The dissertation title is Essays on Causal Inference, advised by Professors Avi Feller and Peng Ding.
I want to thank my advisors, Avi and Peng, who have been endlessly supportive and patient with me. Thank you so much to the department staff, and especially Lashana, for creating such a collegial and vibrant intellectual community. I want to thank my friends who have taught me so much in statistics and in life. I'll always look back fondly at our time together. And of course, Mom, Dad, and Jess. I wouldn't be here without you. You've always supported and believed in me, even when I didn't. So thank you for everything from the bottom of my heart.
Facundo Sapienza. Physics-informed machine learning for the earth sciences, applications to glaciology and paleo-magnetism, advised by Professors Fernando Perez and Jonathan Taylor.
Thank you, everyone, for being here, sharing this great moment with us. I want to thank my mentors, Jonathan and Fernando. You have been absolutely great. I came to Berkeley the first time in March 2019 during Visit Day, not knowing what I was going to do with my life. I decided to take the risk of coming to Berkeley. I saw opportunities here, opportunities for growing, opportunities for making great science and meeting new people. 5 years after, I'm very happy that I take that risk. I want to thank everyone who was part of that journey, professors, students, and especially the staff. I think you are the closest to a family that we students have, so thank you always for being there, taking care of us. Thank you, Lashana. Thank you, Tanisha. Thank you, all of you. You're absolutely amazing. Thank you to the people who came today to this ceremony to be here with me. And I also want to thank you, my family from Argentina, who are not here, but I just want to tell you that los quiero mucho, and this is for you. So thank you very much, and go Bears!
Jacob Sperdes. Stratified sequential non-parametrics, inferential validity by design, any way you slice it. Advised by Professor Philip Stark.
Thank you so much. I'm feeling very grateful today. Huge thank you to my family for supporting me, especially my grandparents and parents, my brother for being there for me like almost every day. My friends, like so many friends in and outside the department. Thank you for 6 years of love and abundance in Berkeley. Thank you to the staff, my mentors and teachers in the department, especially Sam and Avi, who are on both of my committees and helped so much with feedback and helpful conversations. And finally, a huge thank you to Philip, who gave so much time and attention to me and just really lifted me up and helped me grow so much as a statistician, as a person, and was always so generous in sharing his enthusiasms and supporting my own. And I'm deeply grateful. Thank you, Philip.
These are the candidates for the PhD in biostatistics. So they will be hooded by their advisors, and each graduate may say a few words if they choose. So now, James Duncan. The dissertation title is Trustworthy Data Science, Scalable Software Frameworks and Interdisciplinary Geoscience Research, advised by Professor Bing Yu.
Yeah, first of all, well, thank you so much to Ben, my advisor, who's been absolutely wonderful and provided me a lot of support and guidance, and I've absolutely enjoyed being part of U Group, which is a really special group of researchers and people that support each other, and I've just made a really fun time here. And also, thank you to my family, who has provided so much love and support over the years, and most importantly, to my wife, Rocio. Ro, I love you. And to the stat department, which has always been an amazing place, as well as the biostat group as well. Thank you.
Hao Wang. The dissertation title is Statistical Analysis and Visualization of Single-Cell RNA-seq Data at Population Scale, advised by Professor Elizabeth Purdon.
It's been a long journey, so first I'd like to say thank you to my amazing advisor, mentor Elizabeth, who has always been supportive, helping me to see my strengths and weakness, guiding me to see the star and reach the star. And then to my cohort and other staff members in stat department and the public health school. Thank you so much. It's so lucky for me to have you guys during this journey. And finally, please allow me to say this in Mandarin for my parents, grandparents who are in the audience. 感谢你们，我爱你们. I love you guys so much. Thank you.
Yutong Wang. The dissertation title is Statistical and Machine Learning Methods for Understanding Spatial Biology and Cellular Communication, advised by Professor Yun Song.
Thank you. Yeah, I first want to say, really thank you to my advisor, Yun. I feel like it's really such an honor and pleasure for me to be able to work with him and also learn from him. Also, I would like to thank the Song Lab mates and also UC Berkeley, the department staff, everyone, and especially my parents here, my partner Scott, and also my friends, including my graduate student fellows and also friends here, Waverly and Valley. Yeah, I love you all. Thank you. Go Bears.
Congratulations to all of our doctoral students. Now I'd like to invite our master's program coordinator, David Aplado Jr., to announce the MA awards.
Good afternoon again. MA graduates, I am honored to be up here as your graduate advisor, and I could not have asked for a more amazing group of students. I'm thrilled to announce the recipients of the MA Awards. First is the Elizabeth Scott Memorial Award. Elizabeth Betty Scott spent her whole academic career at Berkeley and was devoted to many things, including the application of statistics to the sciences, astronomy, meteorology, and oncology, the reentry of women to university studies, the advancement of the role of women in academia, and the master's program in statistics at Berkeley. Established in 1989, this award consists of a gift certificate for a scientific book and a citation to be given to it as warranted, but at most annually to the MA student in the statistics department showing the greatest promise in statistical research. Yilong Hao is honored for his outstanding performance in the master's program. The Department Citation in Statistics Master's Program is given in recognition of excellence in theory and application of statistics at the master's level, and for outstanding performance in the master's program. There are 2 recipients this year, and they both have been invited to address their fellow master's students. Congratulations first to Nicholas Nunez Sar. Second, Rushi Somani.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed faculty, proud parents, family, friends, and above all, my fellow graduating class, good afternoon. As I stand before you today, I am filled with a profound sense of gratitude and reflection. My name is Arashi Samani, and I'm an international student. Just last year, I received my bachelor's in statistics, economics, and finance from University College London. While I was wrapping up an assignment in my dorm room on March 10th, 2023, I received my acceptance into the MA Statistics program. I knew instantly that my life would not be the same. Coming from UCL London, the transition to Berkeley was like stepping into a different world. Not only was I adjusting to an unfamiliar corner of the world, 8,000 miles away from home in India, I was also nervously unsure of what to expect at UC Berkeley, a place where it feels like everyone's a genius, a place where there is a whole street of parking reserved for Nobel laureates, and specifically in a program which I knew would be this competitive and intense. Today, almost a year in, I can proudly say that I have scaled the craziest learning curve of my life and have met the most amazing people. Yes, it was competitive, and yes, everyone in this program is exceptionally talented, but I was graciously surprised by the warmth and camaraderie everyone in this department demonstrated. In the seemingly trivial moments, from playing Connect 4 with Chris and David at the welcome reception, to looking forward to Tuesday cookie hour before 201A, from struggling late at night on the 243 problem sets, to finding the donuts, pizzas, and ice creams David would leave for us in the lounge, thank you, David, and to taking grad photos in front of Evans while remembering conversations we had at the same spot during orientation, it has been one hell of a ride. I can speak for everyone when I say that although it was just 1 year, we made memories that will stay with us forever. This program is unique, not only for its rigorous core curriculum, but also for its flexibility in academic autonomy with classes such as Stat 222 and Stat 230A, which provided us with opportunities to apply the modern statistical methodology we learned. This support with recruitment, alumni networking, and industry opportunities were incredibly valuable, and having taken advantage of these resources, I not only connected with a diverse range of industry professionals, but also found a job where I can leverage an advanced statistical education. I'd like to take a moment to mention our program coordinator, David, and just thank him for being there for all of us and helping us in any possible way to make this roller coaster a bit smoother. I am proud to share this accomplishment with an extremely diverse cohort of graduates who vary in terms of their backgrounds, past work experiences, challenges and triumphs, the support and kindness everyone has shown towards each other, and the way we've bonded over challenging coursework through familiar conversations in the MA Lounge have been special and impactful moments in our journey. As we stand on the threshold of a new chapter, let us embrace the future with courage and conviction. I'm not sure where everyone will go, but I do know that everyone will have a meaningful impact. And I hope that we see each other soon, hopefully in the alumni events in the upcoming years. So let us be the scientists and storytellers of statistics, the advocates of truth, and the champions of change. To the class of 2024, congratulations. Here's to the stories we've told, the stories we're living, and the ones we're yet to discover. Thank you so much, and I'm glad to share this award with Nico, and would like to now invite him to share his reflections on this momentous occasion.
Thank you, Arushi. From the moment I got here, I realized Berkeley was a magical place, different from anywhere I had been before. I locked my bike outside the library for 1 hour, and poof, it was gone. But when I went to study in the basement floors of the Mainstacks library, I realized that I was surrounded by brilliant minds that were committed to the work they were doing, internally motivated and laser-focused. There were so many high-achieving students that I had to circle the silent floors of the library multiple times to discover an empty surface on which to study late at night. Berkeley is full of devoted people that are earning their seat at the table through raw effort and passion, which naturally translates into brilliance. The statistics department at Berkeley in particular has astonished me. Its prestige notwithstanding, I was impressed by the quality of the professors, their passion for their work, their wanting to inspire their students, wanting to instill new ways of looking at the world. And importantly, their wanting to meet us and get to know us as human beings was evident. I'd also like to give a shout out to graduate student instructors. Your ability to simplify complex topics and your guidance in navigating our coursework is irreplaceable. The best in their field are here, and I think I speak for all the graduates when I say that I'm immensely proud to soon be a Berkeley statistics graduate. Graduating from Berkeley is a huge feat, and you all deserve to be recognized for your hard work. Although I learned new ways to see the world, I find that the most valuable asset I will leave with are the relationships I built with my fellow students, staff members, and professors. Sharing these arduous weeks and formative experiences has made us grow strong together, which has forged strong friendships between us. Although many of us will now spread across the globe, do not let go of the friends and partnerships you built here. They will prove to be more and more valuable as time moves forth. At Berkeley, we're also embedded in a vibrant, problem-solving infused community. We're in a socially conscious, progressive place, exposed to the most pressing issues of our time. The world is not perfect. There are problems to solve, and the Berkeley Air reminds us that there are many areas in which our attention is required. With our skills and achievements comes a sense of purpose. Statistics have a role to play in all of these issues, in measuring and anticipating the ups and downs of climate and adverse weather events, in understanding the potential impacts of political propositions, in identifying the risks and opportunities associated with statistically fueled artificial intelligence, and in helping to define what constitutes veridical truth through reliable information. Like data detectives, scenario modelers, and trend capturers, statisticians have a fundamental role to play in helping to ameliorate the negative effects of all these problems. I'd like to end with one of my favorite quotes of all time from the mathematician and philosopher Bertrand Russell. In an interview in 1959, he was asked what he thought would be worth telling future generations. He answered, "I should like to say two things, one intellectual and one moral. The intellectual thing is this. When you're studying any matter or considering any philosophy, ask yourself only, what are the facts? Never let yourself be diverted either by what you wish to believe or by what you think would have positive effects if it were believed. Look only and solely at what are the facts." That's the intellectual thing. The moral thing is very simple. Love is wise, hatred is foolish. In this world, which is getting more and more closely interconnected, we have to learn to tolerate each other. We have to learn to put up with the fact that some people say things we don't like. If we are to live together and not die together, we must learn a kind of charity and a kind of tolerance, which is absolutely vital to the continuation of human life on this planet. Class of 2024, congratulations. We did it.
Hello, I'm Aditya Guntuboina, the co-chair of the Masters Committee. I'll be announcing the MA candidates, and my co-chair, Song May, will be presenting them with their scrolls. Shazar Rizvi.
I'd like to thank my friends and family, of course, for being here, but also the department staff, David and Tanisha, of course, and then all the various faculty like Professor Ben Yu, Professor Alex Strang, Professor Anya Adhikari, and Professor Ryan Giordano, who supported me throughout my journey here at Berkeley. Thank you so much.
Arushi Somani.
I would like to thank my friends and family, and specifically the ones I made on the program and the entire staff, my professors, for creating such an amazing learning environment for everyone. Thank you.
Julia Verdict.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for being here, and thank you, Sweetie, for coming too. I love you guys.
Nicholas Nunez Sar.
I'd like to thank my family for being here, my mom, my dad, my siblings. Thank you for being so supportive always. And to my partner, Rhea, for always supporting me throughout this entire year, believing in me. We did it.
Maya Madhavan.
Thank you to my family, my mom, my dad, my sister, and my grandparents for all your support. Thank you to my professors and my GSIs for all your teaching and all of your support and your help. And of course, thank you to my wonderful classmates. We did it.
Tom Pratipa Monkul.
Thank you to my family and my friends and all the experience that we have for the past few years. And yeah, congratulations everyone.
Ezekiel Yutka. Sean McAvoy.
Just want to say thank you to my family for coming.
Grayson McFessel.
I'd like to thank my family and friends for helping me through this year. Thanks, Mom.
Soren Rajani.
I'd like to thank my family, my professors, and all of my mentors, including those at my undergraduate at UBC. Thank you.
Brian Huckleberry.
I'd like to thank my family most of all, especially when during my time as both an undergraduate and graduate at UC Berkeley, the world seemed to do everything in its power to try to rip our family asunder. Nevertheless, we persisted, and that's how I feel about getting my degree today and the world that I hope to build upon as I go forward.
Dawn Liu.
I'd like to thank David and Song and my professors and the GSIs for making the master's program such a meaningful experience. And I also like to thank my family, especially my parents and my husband Jim, for their endless support.
Matthew Dworkin.
I want to thank my family and friends for supporting me through this journey, as well as my wonderful classmates. Thank you to my professors, for the admissions committee, for this opportunity, for the statistics department, especially the staff, and also thank you to the statistical computing facility for access to the A100 GPUs. Thank you.
Xiaoyu Zhou.
I'm really grateful for my mom and my girlfriend being here today. Thank you both for supporting me and supporting me through all my bad and good choices, and also my wonderful classmates and friends who pushed me beyond my boundaries, and also to the Department of Statistics for the support, both financial and everyone who's involved. Thank you.
Shane Hogan.
Thank you to everyone I met throughout this year, and thanks to my dad for supporting me. Thank you.
Isabel Moreno.
I just want to thank everyone for making this possible, like the students, the professors, David, of course, and gracias, mamá, papá, por hacerlo posible.
Maximiliano Medina.
I want to thank my parents, my sister, and my dear grandmother who couldn't be here. Thank you. I love you.
Frederick Steeler.
Thank you to my dad who came all the way from Germany. I love you. Thank you for supporting me. Thanks, David, also, and thanks to the whole cohort. You're amazing.
Mei Chen.
I want to say thank you, Mom and Dad, and to the professors, and thank you to all the friends that I made along the way, too.
Lauren Murai.
Hi, I just want to say thank you to my family and all my friends in my cohort. Couldn't have done without you guys.
Eleanor Kim.
Thank you to my family for all of their love and support, my mom, my dad, and my auntie. I wouldn't be here today with all the opportunities you've given me, so thank you.
Robert Thompson.
Thank you to everybody, my family and Sophia specifically for really supporting me. Thank you to all my friends up here, and 2 thumbs up.
Anjana Manjunath.
I just wanted to say thank you to the amazing professors that I've had, my mentors, and my advisor, or master's advisor, David, and all the amazing peers that I've learned so much from. And also thank you to my family and my friends for their support. Couldn't do it without you. Love you.
Isaac Liu.
Thank you to my family, friends, professors, and fellow students.
Hannah Newman.
Big thanks to Cree and my parents. Thank you.
Yilong Ho.
Yeah, first I'd like to thank Professor Elizabeth Purdom to guide me through my master's thesis. And I also want to thank Professor Haiyan Huang and Professor Alan Humbert from Biostats Department being my committee. And thanks David for the award, thank you. And also thank my parents, yeah, for not being here, but yeah, I love them, so thank you.
Linshi Jean.
Let's go.
Shaochen Lin.
There are so many people that I want to thank, my colleague, the faculties and the staffs, but today I want to deliver a big thank you for my mother, who's here for my ceremony. Thank you so much for your support.
Jerry Jin.
Just want to thank you, everyone. It's my fortune to meet you guys here. You're amazing people. And it's a precious time for me, just 1 year, but really precious. Thank you.
Ji Ying Guo.
So thank you, my mom and my dad. Thank my family and my friends. It's a pretty hard at Berkeley, but I did it.
Jingxi Chen.
I just want to say congratulations to everyone, especially my brave friends who also graduated but didn't come to the stage. And thank you.
Yiqiao Huang.
Thank you for all of you. I love your guys.
Yimeng Yin. Jingyi Lang.
Yeah, thank you, my mom and dad, to just attend my graduation. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, love you guys.
Fang Yuan Li.
Thank you, my family, my friends, for your support and love. Wish you all have a wonderful future.
Chunting Zhang.
I would like to thank you to my parents and friends, my cohorts and staff, of course, David. Thanks, everyone.
Yoshiyasu Kawamura.
Yeah, I think it was so hard, but it was the best experience in my life. Thank you so much.
Austin Tao. Congratulations to all our MA students. I would now like to introduce our head undergraduate advisor, Jacob Steinhardt, to announce the undergraduate citation.
All right, so as head undergraduate advisor and having taught many of you here, I feel so much pride seeing all of you grow and be on this stage. We're honoring one particular student with the department citation. It's given in recognition of distinguished undergraduate achievement in statistics. This was a very hard award to decide on. There were many people we wish we could give to more than one person. But this year's recipients excelled in coursework research and participation in the department. One faculty member particularly appreciated the sharpness of the recipient's intellect and was impressed with their curiosity and devotion to learning about Brownian motion. The 2023-2024 recipient of the department citation is Jonathan Lin.
I guess I should begin by saying that it's a great honor to be standing here right now. I'd like to thank my mom and my dad, who are here right now, my sister, who unfortunately couldn't make it, my friends, and of course, all the peers and faculty who have helped me along the way. You all have my gratitude for your limitless tolerance. 3 weeks ago, I received an email from Professor Steinhardt informing me that I had been given the departmental citation. my initial reaction was probably happiness, surprise, or a general sense of confusion as to what I did to trick the department into giving me such an award. But then I read the next sentence, which said something along the lines of, and you are invited to give a 3 to 5 minute speech at the commencement ceremony, and suddenly this 3 to 5 minute speech became the most torturous thing for me during final season, a task of seemingly Alexandrian proportions. Professor Steinhardt did graciously offer me a chance to back out of speaking, but evidently I did not choose that avenue. I reasoned to myself that if I want to succeed in my future endeavors, then perhaps it would be a good idea to learn how to speak in front of large numbers of highly intelligent and intimidating people. And I find this to be characteristic of Berkeley, that even in my literal final minutes as an undergraduate, I am challenged to exit my comfort zone and to do things I perhaps wouldn't normally do. This is something I'm sure we've all experienced in the last few years and is, perhaps maliciously, a feature heavily associated with the school. I so often hear friends ask about how cutthroat Berkeley is, and whether or not the rumors of obscene difficulty and general sad feelings are true. The short answer is no, for me at least. But I should make myself clear. This school has pushed me hard, and I would be lying if I claimed that my time here has been all sunshine and rainbows. That being said, Berkeley's statistics department, to me, has been defined not by all the hours spent in Doe Library frying my brain cells over homework problems, but rather by the immense patience and encouragement of its staff and professors. I admit being initially surprised by how supportive they can be, not just in helping me understand some mathematical concept during office hours, but also in making time to meet with me and give advice. And what I've noticed through these dialogues is that the people here value slamming the gas pedal far more than pressing down on the brakes. Despite my naivete and distinct lack of experience, I've only ever felt encouraged to reach out for those things which lay perhaps just a little outside of my own capacity, just a little above my pay grade. And it is this encouragement that has driven me to go from independent studies to working as a part of a research project to agreeing to give this speech. I'm certain that every person in the class of 2024 has overcome their own unique challenges these last few years. It is now time for us to take our next step forward. Many of the most pertinent problems the world faces today are data-driven and manifold in scope, a perfect place for us statisticians to make use of our newfound skills. But these problems are also complex, dynamic, and multifaceted. It is our responsibility and our privilege to approach these with not only the accelerative energy inherited by this school, but also with altruism and thoughtfulness. We all have proven our capacity to solve such problems and to impact the world around us. What remains is to simply reach out and try. Thank you all, and go Bears.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm Shobna Stoyanov. I'm a continuing lecturer in the statistics department. I know a lot of the undergrads because they've taken either Stat 20 or maybe 151A, or I've worked with them as they've been my UGSIs or tutors or readers my time at Berkeley. The scrolls for the Bachelor's of Art degree in statistics will be presented by the head undergraduate faculty advisor, Professor Jacob Steinhardt. Jonathan Lin. Ji-Kun Liu.
All I want to say today is thank my mom and dad for being here. I love you so much. And I also want to thank my grandma and grandpa, even though they cannot make it here. I made it. Let's go Bears!
Feng Cheng.
I'd like to thank Professor Shishendu Ganguly, Professor Ding, and Professor Strand for teaching me in my senior year. I'd also like to thank Professor Steve Evans for providing guidance on my PhD application. And of course, thank you, Mom and Dad, for your continued support.
Rahul Shah.
Hey everyone, I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, and my sister for coming out here. I'd also like to thank all of my friends in the class of 2024, as well as Professor Steinhardt, Professor Strang, and Professor Fithian for teaching me statistics. Thanks everyone, and go Bears.
Manoj Vora.
I would like to say thank you to my mom, dad, and brother for supporting me throughout my years here. Yeah, thank you.
Jesse Park.
I just want to thank my family and loved ones who have always supported me along this journey. Thank you.
David Zhang.
Thanks to my mom, my dad, my sister, my brother for coming. Thank you to the professors and GSIs that have taught me it very well. Go Bears.
Justin Yoon.
Thank you to my family who couldn't make it here, unfortunately, but thank you more to my friends. 사랑해.
Alison Wong.
Thank you to my family, the professors and the advisors, and my fellow students. Thank you.
Casey Lay.
Thank you to my family, my friends, professors, GSIs. Go Bears!
Shanshan Zhao.
Yeah, thanks to my mom, my dad, and also thanks for my aunt and my friends. Thank you. Go Bears!
Chenren Zhang.
Thank you, my family for being here. 我毕业了啦 Go Bears!
Akhil Vemuri.
I want to say thank you to all my family, friends, professors, and everyone else that I've met for making my time at Berkeley an incredible experience. Thank you.
Kate Coleman.
Thank you to my friends and family.
Noah Solano Tran.
Thank you to my friends and family, especially Sarah and Claire over there, who I could not have done this without. So thank you, Go Bears.
Sarah Song.
I would like to thank my family and friends for coming. I love you so much. Noah, we did it. We did Data 8, and also Free Palestine. Thank you.
Claire Mai.
Thank you to all of my friends and professors that I've met along the way, and most importantly, thank you to all my family for coming today. I wouldn't be here without all of your love and support and sacrifice that you've made. Thank you.
Evan Schweizer.
I'd just like to thank everyone here for me today that's supported me endlessly. My brother, my girlfriend, my mom, my grandma, and my close family friends. Thank you all. I'm very grateful for you.
Kyle Abila.
I'd like to just say thank you to my family, friends, and girlfriend for being here. I love and appreciate you guys.
Fabrian Juarsa.
Ma, Pa, Mitch, thank you for coming here. Thank you very, especially you, Mom. Thank you very much for everything you've done for me. I'm very grateful to be your son. Thank you very much. I love you.
Haosheng Oscar Lee.
Thank you to my family member and 多謝老豆老母家姐同姑媽們啲支持 and my beloved girlfriend Celine and my homie Johnson and Berkeley Statistics Department. Thank you and go Bears.
Nanan Yu.
Thank you for my family, my sister, and my brother. They all come here. I'm so excited I graduated from here. I love you all. 我爱你们.
Antonio Pantang.
Thank you Berkeley, friends and Lisa. 老豆媽咪，多謝你哋，我今日畢業啦。
Lisha Jai.
I'd like to say thank you to my uncle and my sister for coming here and my sister for missing school to attend my commencement, and as well as all of my parents and the relatives back home in China who couldn't make it because of their visa. And most importantly, 妈妈生日快乐!
Yishuan Lee.
I just wanted to say thank you for my family, my friends, the professors, and all the staff members for all your guidance and support. Thank you.
Ying Shui Lin.
Thank you, Mom and Dad. Thank you, Joyce and Yadi, for being here. 多謝爹哋媽咪，我今日畢業啦。Go Bears!
Joshua Richland.
Thank you to Natalie and Denise for letting me be here today. Thank you to Professor Adhikari for being an inspiration. And thank you to my family for your unwavering support.
Matthew Shen.
A big thank you to the faculty, the staff, my mentors, my friends, and my family. This wouldn't be possible without them. Go Bears.
Zachary Mackin.
Thanks to my family, my friends, my professors. It's a great day to be a Golden Bear.
Isabella Dalhart.
Thanks, Mom. Thanks, Dad. Thanks, Max.
Anika Duri. Yuchi Zhang. Oh, sorry.
Oh, thank you to everyone who's helped me, especially my family and the professors.
Yuchi Zhang.
great thank for my parents and my friends, and also I want to thank our great professors, GSIs, staffs, and advisors. You guys did a great job. Thank you, guys.
Kaden Chow.
Thank you to my friends and family for supporting me on my journey through college, and thank you to my mom who drove all the way up here from SoCal to be here today. Thank you.
Jaywanshu.
Thank you, Mom. Go Bears.
Zijua Chan.
I would like to thank my parents, my friends, and anyone who supports me with this journey, and I love you guys.
Wen Jingyi.
I want to say thank you to my mom, to my dad, and to my cutest doggy. Thank you for all of your support. I love you guys. 爸爸妈妈，我爱你们。
Zi Zhang.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, and my friends for supporting me. Love you all.
Amir Balamet.
Thank you to my friends and family. I love y'all. Go Bears.
Jiai Lee.
I would say, thank you all of the professors, staff members, and thanks my parents, my families, and my friends. Go Bears! 爱你们!
Cynthia Lee Shinying.
It's my great pleasure and privilege to arrive this far, and I would like to thank professors, my classmates for the enlightenment, and I would like to thank my parents for your love, support, financial sponsorship, and management. Thanks, my friend, for supporting me here. Thank you, love you all.
Shini Liu.
I want to thank you to my parents, friends, and all the people supporting me all the way along, and I will take the pride of Berkeley with me to the next journey. Congratulations, everybody, and go Bears!
Angeline Lee.
Hi, I would like to thank my family and friends, my professors and GSIs, and just congratulate everyone. Good job, thank you.
Catherine Savigan.
Thank you to my mom and dad, my aunt and my uncle, my two amazing friends, Ilajin and Rem, and for my two brothers. Thank you for always supporting me and for coming here. Thank you.
Nila Sibu.
Thank you to my mom and dad for coming here. Thank you to all my amazing stats friends for supporting me through my classes. And thank you, amazing GSIs.
Michelle Wang.
I'd like to thank my mom and dad for all the sacrifices they've made so I can have an education here at the #1 public university in the world. I'd also like to thank my friends for all of their unwavering love and support and for being my light in my times of despair. Thank you to my little brother. Thank you, Professor Shobana, for being awesome. And thank you to all of my stats friends.
Carla Vasquez.
I want to give a big thank you to my parents who unfortunately couldn't be here today. So shout out to my friend Zaza and my friend Sarah for being here, the light of my life. And big shout out to all the Latinos in STEM and que viva El Salvador.
Adam Selivanov.
I know, the best for last. I just want to say thank you to my parents, biggest supporters, I don't know, they're always there for me, and biggest teachers in a way. And also thank you to the amazing advisors and staff and Professor Steinhardt, which I took his class this semester, amazing class, strongly recommend forecasting. But overall, this school has been an amazing place, and I've loved it here. So thank you, everyone.
And these were your candidates for the Bachelor of Arts in Statistics.
Those were the rewarding moments for the department. So now it's time for closing remarks. So thank you for all of you for joining us to celebrate the achievements of our graduates. I would like to acknowledge the staff and volunteers who helped make this event possible. And I would also like to extend my appreciation to our guest speaker again, Professor Kate Crawford, for being here with us. You are all invited to an informal reception in the Alumni House, so just outside of this Jellabon's playhouse. And we ask you to keep the aisles clear and wait until the graduates have exited before leaving your seats. But before we conclude, I have one final bit of instruction for all of our graduates. Please stand. And move your tassel from right to left. I now present the class of 2024. Congratulations. Please be seated.